Obsidian Shards. You're gonna get real familiar with these things by the time you're done with them. Ooh, whatto chaps, I'm Magical Mike, and I'm going to be talking about these things. In the total, by the end of your process of building your legend, you're going to have used close to 2 stacks of these. That's 500 of them in total. Obsidian Shards are used in one particular recipe which I'll talk about in a separate video, and in the Gift of Mastery. The Gift of Mastery requires 250 of them with no alternative. So there's different ways of getting the shards. You can buy them in the fractals, you can get them for laurels, which is a terrible way of getting them, and the most common method is by using karma. Remember all those delicious purple you've been getting from the dailies? Yes, all of those that you saved can now come in handy. If you've been doing dungeons, the drops of liquid karma are nice to save up as well. So why save them? Each jug yields 4,500 karma on its own. However, you can use boosters, World vs World Outmanned buffs, food and guild banners to bump that up to 7,850 each. That almost doubles it, so in my opinion that's well worth waiting for. Anyway, you need 2,100 karma to buy each obsidian shard, so the total cost you're looking at to buy all of them is somewhere around 1,000,000 karma, and if you have that already, well done. It's quite a grind if you got that through events. Speaking of events, you'll be needing to do a few of them to open up the merchant that you have to speak to. In the Straits of Devastation, the assault on ore begins. Oh, and it does so with a bang, attacking the hardest temple of the lot, Balthazar's. First of all, you need to make sure all 3 attacks on the shore are successful. By air, by sea, and by land. Once those have established camps on the Orient soil, they'll begin sending reinforcements to the rally waypoint. Make sure enough troops get there and you're almost ready to attack the temple. Some of those escort events can be quite buggy though, so watch out for that. You can pretty much do them on your own, but I would advise not doing that and trying to rally the rest of the zone on each other so that you can actually get them done properly. Once you've got enough reinforcement to the rally waypoint, the meta event should advance, and at this point, you should either have a massive amount of players at the ready, or a very good small team. Troops will set off towards the temple, and you'll be ambushed by waves of undead along the way. The packed morale bar in the top right corner shows how many are still alive, and if it empties, you'll be restarting the escorts from the initial bases again. If you've got one person just keeping one of these guys alive, that's probably going to be enough. But they do like to run off and do stupid things on their own, so keep an eye on those NPCs. Keep them alive until they worm their way up the steps of the temple, and try not to aggro anything that they haven't already, otherwise you'll make it even more complicated. And that will mean that they'll probably go backwards a fair distance until mobs stop dragging them around. Anyway, at the temple there's a simple defend event until the risen priest of Balthazar shows up. At this point it's gonna be hard for me to tell you exactly what he does because most of it kills you instantly. However, avoid red circles as always, because that would be a stupid thing to be standing in the fire, or in this case the black gooey stuff, and try not to have your back to the black marks as well when he puts them down, because occasionally he will fear you, and those marks are deadly. You don't want to be feared backwards into them. If people get downed, pick them up as fast as possible. If they die, hope that they run back from a waypoint, otherwise they're just going to be making this harder for everyone. Don't wait to be rezzed from death. People shouldn't be wasting their time on that. This isn't a dungeon. Keep the damage up on this thing, and eventually the priest will die, leaving you a chest of amazing blues, and the obsidian shard merchant will appear. I hope you have enough karma. Good luck.